What does it mean to you as an expat in Thailand to save or lose face? In this video, we'll discuss that topic. So let's get on with the video. Hey everybody, Rick with Rick's Adventures. In this video, I wanted to talk to you guys some about saving face in Thailand. I covered this somewhat, but just touched on it a little bit in a previous video. But the more trips I make to Thailand, the more I'm understanding the meaning behind saving face. I want this to be something that's a positive thing for you so that it will help you in your travels here. If you come here on a short holiday, saving face is not really that big of a deal for you, but it would be the polite thing to do. So I would suggest that you kind of try to learn what it's about and try to practice it. So let's discuss first, what is saving face? Well, it's not just something that is strictly a Thai-based culture value. Saving face has been around for a long time in just about every culture. And basically what it's doing is it's keeping your dignity, or it's keeping you looked at in a positive manner, keeping you looked at as a respected person in your culture, your environment. The difference is I know coming from the United States, I see a lot of people just really hot-headed and a lot of people that just expect everything right now, and if they don't get it, it's their response that causes the saving face. It's not being upset per se in their head about the item that upset them. It's their reaction to what upset them. So in other words, you see in the USA, I see somebody driving down the road, somebody cuts them off, they flip them off, they're cussing them, they're road raging them. I see in restaurants, somebody gets an order wrong, somebody is yelling at the waiters and waitresses about it who really just didn't have any control over it. They take a lot of orders, and sometimes, shit happens, things get confused. In Thailand, it's taken much more seriously. In Thailand, if you lose face, if somebody starts yelling at you, it's looked at, other Thai people will look and see this going on, and they'll feel like that Thai person has done something wrong and instigated this, or they have maybe have just been involved somehow in conflict by what they say, and it's just looked at as all of a sudden it's a very disrespectful situation, and it's very upsetting to them. It really is. It hits them hard. You'll notice if a Thai person feels like they're losing face, most of them will just close off. They'll shut up. They'll just sit and look at you and not say anything. And that's because for them to react would make the situation even worse on them losing face. So for example, a lot of times in this culture, sometimes they say it has a negative effect because it really affects people in high up places too. So you might have a politician or somebody like that instead of losing face by saying something extremely abrupt to somebody about, no, we're not doing this or that, like you see in American politics, you'll see them do a more roundabout method of trying to find a way to steer the problem in the direction they want it to go, or correct the problem, I should say. So sometimes, it can be a little bit of an issue for them over here, but in general, it's just about being a polite person. For the average Joe like you or me coming over here, the thing to remember is it's a different culture. One of the biggest things I would try to suggest to you is, if you are a hothead, or if you get really upset or stressed easily, you need to figure out a way to leave that at home. It's not going to work here for you because it is different over here, you guys. Things are looked at in a slower paced nature. Mistakes are looked at as who cares, we'll fix it, correct the problem. It's not that Karen culture that you have in the United States. So if you are that type of person, It is my suggestion to you in the most respectful manner I can possibly give it to you is leave it at home, because it's going to cause you nothing but grief in a country like Thailand. It really will. And from what I hear, it's the same thing in the Philippines and some of the other areas of Southeast Asia. It just doesn't fly over here, you guys. So what I would try to suggest to you is whenever you come over, try to look at things a little more open-minded, leave everything you know behind you. And whenever you come in, try to think of yourself as just trying to absorb the situations around you. If something goes wrong, let it roll off your back, man. If a waitress gets a bill wrong, instead of getting mad or raising your voice or being angry or something like that, just tell them politely, I think there's a mistake here. Can we recheck this? And by doing that, you not only save them face, you save you face. So to me, it's one of the most simple things that we seem to have forgotten over the years. And it's just being polite in almost any circumstance. There's always a way to be polite and figure out a workaround without raising your voice, without pointing fingers. That's a big no-no over here. Without getting angry, without making a scene. And if you do, your life will go much, much easier, especially if you're not in a tourist area. Now, tourist areas may be a little more adapted to having that kind of thing happen because they have so many expats come in. And I can tell you, it's generally the expats you'll always see that are losing face. You very seldom see Thai people arguing. If you watch when you're around, very, very seldom, because losing face is something they just don't want to do. So if you go out into, say you travel around Thailand and you go out into one of the village areas, I can tell you absolutely don't do this. Because what's going to happen is you're going to gain this reputation as one that is a hothead, or whatever term they want to put it, a hard to deal with Farang. And next thing you know, you'll just be shunned. They just won't help you do anything. And it won't be necessarily out of being mean. They just don't want to lose face. And they're going to look at you as somebody that's going to come up and always have something wrong, always be pissed off, always be argumentative. If they do something wrong, they're taking a big chance of having a big, knockdown, drag out, and losing face. So instead of that, if you're that type of person and you've already done that in the village and you've lost face, they just won't help you. They just won't do anything for you. They'll still be polite. They'll still be nice. They'll never be rude to you. But if you were broke down on the side of the road, they're not going to help you. If you're having trouble understanding something and you're trying to purchase something, they're not going to help you. They're going to try to avoid you at all costs so they can save face and not get into some big, long, knockdown, drag-out ordeal. So I said in a previous video about one of these situations that I was in, and at the airport a couple of years ago, and a person lost face terribly by just yelling and screaming and cussing at some Thai girls at Asia Air. And I tried to calm the situation a little bit. He was yelling, telling them why couldn't they learn to speak effing English and all this stuff. And once I got him calmed down, because I could understand their accents a little better, we came back through, and it was a little bit later. They ended up, instead of, this all occurred because we were having to wait 7 hours for a flight to Udon Thani. I should go back and make that clear, and he got extremely upset about it. And so once that situation was corrected, and there wasn't the big, excuse the motorcycle, somebody just came and got one here, and there wasn't the big hullabaloo over all of it, I told them I was going to wait around and they could come get me or whatever if things changed, but otherwise I'd be back in about 5-6 hours to purchase my ticket. I hadn't been gone but a short period of time, and one of them came running down and got me and told me that they'd had a cancellation on a seat in a flight in just a few minutes. Come get on the flight. I could get the ticket, get to Udon Thani. I called my girlfriend. I was happy about that. And as I was going by, he was still sitting in the chair over there. And here is exactly what happened. The girl had told me she didn't say they did this intentionally. What she did say was she really thanked me for de-escalating the situation, her and the other girls, and helping make what they were saying understood by that gentleman. And because of that, as soon as they seen that cancellation, they ran down to get me. So what that shows you is, which I'm sure you already know without me telling you, is I help them save face by de-escalating a volatile situation. And because of that, they were returning a favor to me. I saved face myself, you know, and it made them have a lot of respect for me. And because of that, they came down to do me a favor. Well, it used to be like that in the USA. It was called scratching each other's back, is what we called it, you know. But it's not that way in the States anymore, at least the area I'm in. Now, in the rural country areas, the country folks they all try to help each other out. But you get in the cities, and people have just got to be real asses about things. Thailand, I'm telling you, if you come from a big city, and I don't care what area you're at in Thailand, don't be the expat that's looked at as being an ass or the bad Farang, or you losing face or them losing face. Your trip will be so much better if you will do a few very simple steps. Learn how to greet correctly, which is very simple to do. I'm not going to go through it. You can find a million videos on it. Greet them in the respectful manner. Say thank you in Thai, and just be polite. Carry your translator, and whenever you use it, just use very simple terms, because Google Translate is awesome, but it's not that great in Thai. It does miss a lot of words, so you need to keep your words simple so it understands. Not the Thai people, but so Google understands, and then they'll pick up if it's the simple words in Thai, and they can help direct you. So I hope this video helps you out, guys. Don't be a Karen whenever you come to Thailand. Your visit will be far better. You'll enjoy yourself a lot more. You'll make a lot of new friends. If you save face in Thailand and you don't cause people to lose face in Thailand, you'll make friends that'll be there for life for you. I guarantee it. I've had it happen for me. So with that said, I'm going to end this video. I hope it was helpful. If you liked it, you know the gig. Please like, subscribe, and ring that bell for me. Channel's growing. I really appreciate it a lot. This is Rick from Rick's Adventures. I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys next video. Take care, everybody.